Our commissioners will be joining us shortly. Right now, of course, you have Commissioner Hoffman, Commissioner Council, Commissioner Talaferro, and others should be joining us right about now.
How was the earlier meeting today? I couldn't make it.
It was very good.
Actually.
Yeah, they had presentations on 2 programs. One to get Narcan distributed throughout the properties, and the other on the collaboratives. The representatives of, I think, 4 of them, 3 of them.
That's great.
Yeah, so it was quite something. Aquarius has appointed me as her legislative and policy assistant on the resident
Resident
Services
Initiatives
Committee.
Committee.
Yeah.
It's a long title.
Yeah. Well, it's because I'm so tall.
And Anne, I'm sure you willingly accepted the appointment.
Actually, I did. I was flattered.
Neil, Commissioner Slover and Commissioner Strickland has just joined us.
Thank you. Let me know when we have a quorum.
Okay, let's see. So now we do have a quorum with you, Commissioner Slover, Commissioner Strickland, Commissioner Talaferro, and Commissioner Hoffman, as well as yourself. So we do have 5 on. And I see Commissioner Ortiz
Council.
join. Oh, and Council. And Ortiz has just joined as well.
Great. Well, let's get started. So thanks everyone for joining us this afternoon. My name is Neil Albert. I chair the Board of Commissioners. This is of the DC Housing Authority, that is, and this is an emergency board meeting which is being held today, May 27, 2021, via the WebEx video conferencing. The time is 3:02 p.m. for the record. We are meeting today in an emergency to consider an interim replacement for Executive Director Garrett and to authorize the staff to work with the board to start a immediate search for his replacement. So that is our agenda today. I'm going to ask for a roll call to determine a quorum.
Thank you. Commissioner Bessie Reeder.
Present.
Thank you. Commissioner Council.
Present.
Commissioner Falchecchio.
Present.
Thank you. Commissioner Hoffman.
Here.
Commissioner Ortiz-Goud.
Here.
Thank you. Commissioner Slover.
Yes.
Commissioner Strickland.
Present.
Commissioner Talaferro.
Present.
Commissioner Von Gostrey. She hasn't joined yet. Chairman Albert.
Present.
Thank you. You have 9 commissioners present. You have a quorum.
Again, thank you so much. So we have a number of people who have signed up to provide public testimony. So we want to give them an opportunity to do so. So please note that I will be very strict with the time. If you're a resident, you have 5 minutes. If you are a non-resident, you have 3 minutes. First on the list is Ms. Shanta High. Is Ms. High available yet?
I'm here. Yes, I'm here.
Ms. High, go right ahead.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. I'm Ms. Shante Hyde, the president of the council at Park Morton. I'd like to lead with my scripture today, 2 Corinthians 5:17. Therefore, if anyone in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has passed away. Behold, the new has come. Romans 12:1-2. I appeal to you, therefore, brothers, by the mercies of God, to present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God, which is your spiritual worship. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of the mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. I want to acknowledge the DCHA Board of Commissioners for allowing public testimony today, and I'll just get right to it. It is imperative that the next executive director that takes office at DCHA thoroughly understands that there is a movement happening here, a shift in the grounds as if an earthquake hit unexpectedly and folks weren't prepared. However, when you are prepared, you have time to think, to rationalize the situation. This situation makes a statement as to the type of leadership we expect to have governing DCHA. Whether it is the interim ED or the new ED, they need to understand these demands, because we as resident council presidents, our boards and residents will not give up the fight for equity. Reparations are due. Somebody has to pay. We may not be able to get 40 acres and a mule in the city. However, you can give us 40 buildings and 40 floors as a start. I may not get through my entire testimony today, so I will email my testimony to the Board of Commissioners for reference, but these are my bullet points. The new ED must put the residents first. Equity must be a priority for all residents who want to purchase. The new ED needs to create policies that implement programs that allow for equity partnerships with the resident council president, their councils, boards, and with the DCHA. Resident councils need to have the capacity building and training to be well-educated partners. All development contracts that were signed under our now former ED, Tyrone Garrett, should now be null and void unless the resident council presidents, their board, and their residents have expressed satisfaction with their deal. DCHA needs to invest in resident Black-owned small businesses. The economy thrives on 12% of taxes small businesses pay, which is way more than the big box corporations like Walmart. And also, town hall meetings with the ED should be a regular occurrence for residents to be fully informed. Meetings with the resident council presidents and their boards should happen on a regular basis for everyone to be fully informed. If necessary, I will volunteer to be on the search committee for the new ED. And also communication transparency needs to be a must. The presidents represent their residents and should be treated with the utmost respect. The FSS program, this is the last one. FSS program, or Family Self-Sufficiency Program, should not have to take 2 to 7 years. Some families can do it faster and without the help of DCHA. You all just need to step aside. And with that, I would like to thank you for your time today. My name is Ms. Shante High. I am the president of the council at Park Morton. Thank you.
Neil, you're muted.
Thank you. Shanta, thank you so much for your testimony today. Next is Paulette Matthews. Is Paulette? Okay. All right, let's move down to Heather Day. All right, Deborah Frazier.
Hello?
Hey, Miss Frazier, go right
Hello?
ahead. Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, how wonderful. Deborah Frazier here. Our concerns are these. First of all, when the new director came on and began with the policies of redevelopment, our concerns were, how will these policies continue if this person does not stay the course at DCHA? Our previous directors have been present 5 years, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years. And our concern was, if a new leadership comes in and introduces new policies, what ensures the longevity, and what happens when that person leaves and the policies are not covered? So I would request, on behalf of residents, both public housing and others, that there be an interim plan for how the redevelopment projects go on. A lot of our residents are in transition and being displaced. I cite Tyler House, Park Morton, Greenleaf, Berry Farms, etc. These programs are going on and residents are in flux, and there must be attention paid to what happens to these residents. How do we ensure in the interim continuity of these projects and to make sure that that happens? Secondly, please pay attention to organizational continuity. Please, in the interim plan, keep those staff members and silo directors who have shown their commitment to residents and who are getting things done for residents, which includes, for example, resident services, Office of Planning, and a couple of people in the executive office. There are folks there who are sincerely committed to residents and have lasted through different members of board members, have lasted through different directors. Please do something and ensure the staff that they are secure, at least in the interim. Also, I'm requesting that services do not reduce in this transition period, that services to residents through all the silos continue, indeed perhaps increase. So we expect that family self-sufficiency, housing choice voucher program, OGC, etc., keep going, and that residents are secure that these things are happening.
Fraser, you have a minute left.
Okay, so please note that the 20,000 households, which is what, 60, 70,000 residents, you have our lives in your hands. Changing directors and pushing paperwork, that's cute, but how do we ensure that our lives, our housing, our services continue? Please issue an interim plan that includes security for staff in the interim, that services continue, and that the redevelopment projects already on the board are able to go forward. Please, because the job of the Housing Authority, whatever y'all paper you push, is the resident, and you have our lives. Please honor that and secure us with that, and let us know that our programs and projects will continue with sincerity and intensity.
Thank you so much, Ms. Fraser, as always. Next up will be, I thought I saw Danielle. Next up is Danielle Del Pilago. Danielle, you have 3 minutes, if you're still with us. Hey, Donna, you're on mute.
I apologize. I clicked over to open my document. Thank you. Good afternoon, commissioners. My name is Daniel Del Piélago. I work with Empower DC. I'd like to thank you for the tough but wise decision to not extend former Director Garrett's contract. I want to be clear that this is not a personal shot at Mr. Garrett, but these past years with Mr. Garrett at the helm have been trying, to say the least. As we've all identified, there is a very real lack of trust between public housing residents and DCHA leadership. This trust gap has not narrowed over the past few years. In fact, it has widened. There is a very tangible feeling amongst residents that DCHA does not care about them, and in fact, is the force pushing them out of their homes and city. As we seek to identify a new director, we need to identify not only somebody with the professional acumen to run a housing authority, but someone who puts public housing residents first and truly seeks to advance the goals of providing quality affordable housing to extremely low through moderate income households, fostering sustainable communities, and cultivating opportunities for residents to improve their lives. I feel that the past 3 years have been marked by an aggressive nature that rubbed many people the wrong way, and aggressiveness that made residents feel not listened to or their concerns not valued. Additionally, too many promises were made that promised relief in the future, but did nothing to provide relief now. I urge this board to really evaluate what's happened over these past several years and search for a replacement that can change the course we are on, which has put residents and DCHA at greater odds than ever. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
And as usual, thank you for your time. So that
I
is
can't hear them.
I said, Shanita, can you just make sure that Mr. Commissioner Talafaro can hear? So Daniel, again, thank you so much for your time. So board members, as you know, we have to discuss an interim replacement for Mr. Garrett. This is going to involve serious conversations, some of which are of a sensitive nature. And so I would recommend that we close this portion of the meeting in the executive session to have those conversations, and will entertain a motion to do so.
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the ayes have it. So we will go into executive session at this time, and we'll come back out and report out to the community.
Hello?
Ms. Frazier, they're now in executive session. Once they complete, they'll come back to this meeting.
Oh, so look, what? Are they going to session and chit chat right now, and then we waiting because they gonna come back?
Yes,
They're gonna come back to the meeting, really?
yes.
Okay. All right. So I got time to order a
Alethea, what I'm
sandwich
supposed to
and
hit
eat
here in the
it. And,
chat?
huh?
Alethea? Hello?
Yes, Commissioner Talafaro. She's going to
Yes, I'm
move
here.
you into the breakout section. She's going to move you into the
Oh.
breakout session.
I got you.
1 second.
So Alethea, I got time to order some food and eat my sandwich.
Their session could be a few minutes or several minutes. So it's up to you, Ms. Frazier.
Okay, but you don't anticipate it being a half an hour or an hour.
I can't say.
Okay. All right. Boy,
Alethea.
ever the diplomat girl.
So, Alicia, just give me 1 second. It seems like King Council and Aquarius are having a hard time getting into the session, and just like Talafaro.
Janita, can you hear me?
I
I
can,
can hear you,
Commissioner.
Commissioner.
Yes, give me 1 second. I'm getting ready to take care of you both.
So they in break session.
No, just hold on 1 second, Aquarius, because I need you to move, and I don't want any technology issues. Just give me 1 second.
Who is Chrissy Good?
Commissioner, she works on the OPAC staff.
Oh, because I was getting ready to ask her, who are you? Because see, this is what y'all do so unprofessional. I'm looking at who's on who's on. And on the, never mind. Nobody tells nobody nothing. They just business as usual.
Aquarius, we're actually going to get you in the room. Just give me 1 second.
No, I ain't worried about you, Alika. That's not your. You doing your. If I can't get now, do this. If we can't get in the break room, because it could be any type of problem, what do we supposed to do? Do we nominate somebody or what? Because I don't need to be in their discussion for real. I just need to nominate.
I'm going to ensure you're part of the conversation. Just give me a second. Hubert is actually getting ready to help remedy why you can't move.
Oh, you know what? I'm in the wrong room. Let me
Are
get
you
back
on the
in the
right
room.
device?
Nope, I'm on the right phone, but I'm in my house. So I'm trying to do what I gotta do because I'm leaving out my house because I'm really serious. I'm being where I'm appreciated at, and I'm gonna be on time when I get there. I'm not appreciated here. For real, let's get real. I hope nobody not listen to this conversation but me and you.
Everyone is still on the call.
Janita, you ain't got me yet?
Oh, well, then we need to get me off of this because I'm really being for real. I want to
So,
say what
Commissioner Van Gossry, Neil Albert is going to call your phone directly, and then that way you'll be a part of the session.
Directly because since I'm gonna be right honest with you, seriously, I made myself very clear. I'm the most disrespected commissioner on your board. So this is what I'm going to do. I am going to keep my 4 o'clock appointment while I'm driving. I'm going to be on mute or do whatever I can do to assist you. You can all move forward without me. And my recommendation for an interim director would be Commissioner Slover. Whatever y'all discuss, go ahead and discuss because everybody already know what I got to say. And I don't want to create any problems. So let the
you're not creating a problem. I just wanted to let you know that Chairman Albert will call you directly. So in that way, with you on the phone, you're a part of the group discussion. That's all.
Same with me, Alicia.
Albert is going to call Aquarius directly so she can be a part of the breakout session. That's what I was letting her know. We're just trying to make it all work. I'd appreciate everyone's patience.
Who any director? Because you have that right. If you don't use that right now, when you become a state, STATE, you may don't have it. So if you're living in deplorable conditions, do like what Washington Inner City Self-Help taught this town. Take your landlord to court. Pay your rent to the court. Because when you pay your rent to the court and DCHA can't never fix up your unit, you get interest. So guess what? DCHA get paid, you get paid.
True that.
And I don't see no organizing group in the District of Columbia telling us that.
Commissioner Van Gosper, can you pick up your phone? Bill is trying to contact you now.
Anita, did you put me in yet, or I gotta wait for him to call me?
Shanita's working on it as we speak. Please just give us a minute. And others, can you please mute your devices? Thank you.
Ms. McNair, I don't know if you know or if you can hear me, but do we know what they are going to come back and say, or what is left on the agenda?
Who is that?
This is Daniel.
Hi, Corrigan.
They're going to discuss an interim and a national search. And so they are in an executive session to do just that.
Oh, no, I understand that, but they said they would come back. Do you know what they're going to come back to say?
They're going to come back to do a vote to do exactly that, to do an interim and to do a national search.
Thanks so much. That's helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anita, I'm still on the one line.
Yes, I know, sir. Shanita is working diligently to get you into the breakout session.
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello? Yeah, Albert. Hello?
Commissioner Talaferro, can you hang up? I'm going to give you a call.
All right.
Thank you.
Hello?
We're still here.
So for those of us who are still on the line, we can have some discussion too. Does anybody think that the interim person should be someone in-house? What are your thoughts on that? Should it be an in-house person or um, somebody from the mayor's office? They are always choosing somebody who used to be a deputy director of the mayor, or someone who is dim head. Are we thinking we want someone from another agency like Polly from BCHD, or are we interested in having someone in-house?
Ms. Frazier, I want to
Any
remind
thoughts?
you that your conversation is being recorded, and it will be posted.
That's cool.
This is part of the open session, so I just do want to remind you and other members of the
Okay.
public that may be talking freely
Okay.
amongst themselves.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. I like that caution. Any thoughts on that? And also, people, significantly, interim is a real nebulous word. Interim can be 2 days or 2 years. So I think it's useful for them to define what interim is.
This is Daniel, Ms. Frazier. If I remember correctly, the last time we experienced this, Nathan Vovell, who was an in-house person, was the interim, and he was on for, I would imagine, 2 to 3 months. Does anyone
I
else
remember that, Daniel.
Yeah. I certainly would hope it's no one from the mayor's office.
Y'all know the bond is a terrible thing to lose, but it's always good to get it back. I was almost home. But when I got over in the bank thing, the machine wasn't even.
The next thoughts are, who is in-house that's left, who has history at Housing Authority? A lot of folks in these silos are new. Is there anybody that we trust, or any person in the silo in the department that has experience and history with Housing Authority, like 5 years, 10 years, 15 years? Because they've raided most of the intellectual, most of the more seasoned folks. I wonder is there even anybody in-house who has the experience to qualify even to be interim? I can't think of nobody, for real.
Well, I posted in the chat that I think Carolyn Punter may be somebody that's good.
Oh, yes, I miss Punter. I co-sign that. I co-sign Carolyn Punter. And the voucher program has to interact with most of the residents. They've got 11,000. Not that they interact with them the way that that public housing does. But I think Punter would be a good choice.
I agree as well.
People, I'm wondering also how or if Housing Authority is posting this news to the rest of our friends and peers. I mean, is it, in city paper? Is it in the Washington Post? How do the rest of us know that they're making this change, that Garrett's leaving and there's an interim, and how will they introduce the interim? How is everybody else supposed to know that? Wonder if they paid any attention to that. No, it's not honest. You people in the meeting. Point. Come, go sit on top. Sit on top for a little while. Go sit on top for a little D doesn't want to be. Okay. Okay. Find a pull up and some rice, please. Wonderful. Cool. Oh, that's a winter. Don't go away. You just put in your told in the winter. We're not wearing right.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
They still got us on hold, Sean.
Hello?
Sean,
Miss
can you hear me?
Matthews. Miss Matthews, how
Yes.
are
It's
you?
not me. That
Hi,
I'm
I'm fine.
Good,
While we
good.
have all this airtime, can I please discuss something real quick?
So do you want to discuss it with someone in particular?
Anybody that sits on the DC Housing Authority board or anybody that's in DC Housing Authority in any type of position right now.
What is it regarding? Because I can have someone call you.
Okay, it's regarding the fence and it's regarding that I
Yeah,
have been approved and the neighbors, I guess,
yeah,
for whatever reason, they got petitions going or whatever.
right.
And I came out my house and I saw a stop work order on my door.
Yeah, let me have someone give you a call, okay? Just hold on.
I'm good.
Miss High.
yes.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay. All right. Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
We
can
can
hear
hear,
you.
we can hear you. Who's
Uh,
speaking?
Miss Sproul.
Miss Furl. They are in executive session right now. If you could just put yourself on mute when they come back, they'll be
Yeah.
addressing everyone, okay? Thank
They've been in there.
you. Yeah, they
Thank.
have been in there. Absolutely.
All right.
Hello, y'all. What we waiting for? Excuse me. Anybody? Anybody there?
The commissioners are in an executive session now. When they're done, they'll rejoin.
Oh, okay. They not gonna call me while we in this meeting, are they?
We
Or
did our public comment before we went into executive session. I'll check with Chairman Albert to see if he'll allow you to speak.
Well, I don't necessarily got to speak. Can you just pass the message on, because I'm not having no understanding how I'm sitting here with this note on my door. It actually should have went to the housing authority rental office or somewhere, but the housing authority authorized it. But the neighbors, they just neighbors. You hear me? They doing
So
what
Miss
most
Matthews,
neighbors do.
Miss Matthews, I went ahead and reached out. Someone is going to give you a
Thank
call
you.
in about 30 minutes, okay?
Okay, I'm just wondering, ma'am, I wanted to be a part of this meeting as well, so I was hoping, if anything, they could call me like after or
Yeah,
something.
absolutely. That's exactly what I want to happen as well.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
Thank you so much. That's all I don't want to miss this. Appreciate it. Back on mute.
Hello? Hello?
We're still here, Ms. Frazier. They're still in executive
Oh,
session.
okay. So, are we making arrangements to get a call back? You gonna call us back, or what should we do?
You can stay on the line.
Can't do that. I got grandchildren I got to deal with. Any other way I can get informed of this? What should I do?
We'll resume our live feed, broadcasting this live. If you want to watch the rest of the proceedings once they come back.
Can't do that, which is why I'm on the phone. What else can I do to get notified?
Those are your options at the moment.
Okay. Somebody got something for you. Or is that for you? Where y'all going to the house and we just got out here? Hello?
Ms. Frazier, we're still waiting.
Hello?
We're still
Okay.
waiting.
Okay.
Alethea, the commissioners are about to join us in 1 minute. Christy, if you can get ready to go live.
Yep, doing it now.
Is it still yet?
Okay, we can hear everyone. So we're back in our public session of our emergency board meeting. I'm going to ask if you're not speaking, please mute your devices. I'm going to ask the DCHS staff that are on this call, in this meeting rather, to do so. So the Board of Commissioners of the DC Housing Authority met in executive session to examine, discuss candidates for the interim position, the position of interim executive director of the DC Housing Authority. The board, by a vote of 6-3, nominated Brenda Donnell to serve as the interim director. Brenda Donnell is currently the head of the Child and Family Services Agency. And here in Washington, D.C., Brenda has an extensive career in public service, working for 3 mayors, 1 governor, and reforming a much troubled child welfare system here in D.C. And so I wanted to take this opportunity to congratulate her on her work. The board also, at that time, appointed a committee of itself of 5 members to act as the search committee for a replacement for Mr. Garrett. That committee is comprised of Commissioner Dion Bussey Reeder, Commissioner Bill Slover, Commissioner Ann Hoffman, Commissioner Ken Council, and Commissioner Neil Albert. That committee will be leading the process along with the interim executive director of finding a replacement for Mr. Garrett. And so I want to thank Mr. Garrett for his service here in Washington, D.C. I want to thank my colleagues for the time and consideration today and the robust conversation that we had. At this time, we are going to adjourn our meeting. Our next Board of Commissioners meeting will be held on Wednesday, June 9th, 2021 at 1 p.m. via WebEx. You can find more information on this meeting at dchousing.org.
Mr. Chair, I'm sorry. Mr. Chair, I'm sorry. Before you adjourn, I'm sorry. In order to make it official, the vote has to be public.
Mr. Mays, we, the Board of Commissioners, voted. We also had a court reporter in our meeting. That information, those minutes will be shared publicly.
Can you read out the votes and just to accommodate it? Would that do?
Sure. And so let me see if I can go off of memory. So those voting in favor were Commissioner Talafaro, Commissioner Falchecchio, Commissioner Bussey Reeder, Commissioner Jose Ortiz, Commissioner LaJuan Strickland, and Neil Albert. Those voting against were Commissioner Ken Council, Commissioner Bill Slover, and Commissioner Ann Hoffman.
And so the public record will show a 6-3 vote for the new interim executive director.
Correct. Great. Well, thank you, everyone. Our meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Hello? Will I get a phone call or is everybody off the line now?
Miss
So who's
Matthews.
I didn't get the name of the person. Who's the person?
Okay.
I don't know. This is something I tell you.
Miss Matthews? This is
Yes?
this is Shanita Hardeman Jones. You will get a phone call.
Okay, baby. I
Okay.
just wanted to know.
I know.
All right.
It's okay. All right.
You
Thank
know, it's been a whole lot going on these last couple of days and things being said and whatever. I need to get some clarification here because what just happened just a few minutes ago, I just didn't understand that either, but I heard the names that was called. I appreciate you still being on the line to let me know that.
Not
I
a
really
problem.
do.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
so
All
this
right.
is Miss
Stay safe.
Everybody
Fraser.
enjoy their
Help!
holiday.
Stay safe,
Help!
everyone.